Okay, so now that we've built our tribots, we need to learn how to program them. And this is robotics 2, so we're going to start off, in case some people might not have taken robotics 2, came straight to robotics, or they need a refresher. We're on chapter 4, motion, and this is where we learn how to program. So you read through this, and you'll see how to use one block. Obviously, we have a simple move program where you just put it in the block. So let's go ahead, and we have to come in here, and we have to open our programming. Let's see, Lego. Pass that. A, B, C, D, F, G. All right, Lego Mindstorm Education, and we have Lego Mindstorm Education EV3. So when we do this, we open up our programming software. Okay, just close that up. Okay. All right, so we have a new project, and it's a program, and then we open the program. And here we have our action blocks. We have our large motor, move steering, move tank, display, sound, and brick status light. So we've used all these in Robotics 1. We're going to learn how to create more complicated programs in Robotics 2, and we're going to do a little bit more. So let's just start with taking a look at what we have here. So the move simple program, this is a move steering block, and we know how to put it in there. So we just get the move steering block, and you pull it up and you drop it right there, and this would go rotate once with a power of 50. It would go straight, and it would only do one rotation. Obviously we can put 3 rotations, we can put any number we want in there, and then it would stop. So you can go ahead, and if you've never done this before, you can test this. Then you can test how it goes to the right. You can test how it goes to the left. You can test how it goes slow or doesn't go at all, 0. It goes slow or it goes fast, on how much power you put into it, or if it goes in the opposite direction. So you can see up here when I pull the power in the opposite direction, this will flip directions one way or the other. And then we always have degrees if you want specific, or if you want for a time, or if you want it just to run on, you just have it run and just keeps running until you put another program block, or you can have it turn off, same thing. But for this, we're just going to do on rotations. All right, so go ahead and hook up your robot and go ahead and play it and try that out, and then we will go through. All right, so then it says, oh, you can learn how to make it turn. You have it for on rotations. You can steer it around the corner, check all that stuff up. We could have it go 100. We could change the power. We can do the duration parameter over here for time display. We can check the brake parameters, whether it rolls to a stop or whether it makes a brake stop at the very end. So these are all just the one move steering blocks, and this discusses everything that you can do with a simple move steering block. Which ports, this is very important. A lot of people might have their plugs in the wrong port. So you can have just turn the A and B, or B and C, or C and D, or A and D, or A and C, any combination. But you have to make sure your plugs to the motors are in the correct ports. All right, so now that you've tested that, we go to the ThereAndBack program, which is simple. Once again, we start off with our simple refresher on how to program, and we're going to do this. So we start with our first block, which we have here, and we have 6.8 rotations. All right, so it's going to go straight, power of 50. Really doesn't make a difference. We're going to have it on rotations. We're going to have it stop at the end. And then when it stops in the end, we're going to have it turn around slowly. So we move forward 3 feet. That's 3 feet. It depends what wheels you have on. So I noticed with your tribots, not everybody uses the same exact wheels. So 3 feet is a non-specific measurement. But I think you're smart enough. 3 feet is 3 blocks on the floor. So you should be able to figure it out so that it goes exactly 3 feet. It turns around slowly and then goes back to start. So we have our tiles on the floor are 1 foot by 1 foot. So you should have it go down the line 3 feet, turn around slowly, and then go back to this position that it started in 3 feet back. So you'll see that this block and this block are identical, and this block in the middle is a turn block. All right, so you could start with these parameters. All right, so we come over here and we have this is 6.8, and that is going to have to get changed. You could use any speed you want. All right, so it was at 50, so I can just type in 50 here, and it will go straight. And then we want to have a move steer block. And this move steer block you're going to have to play because it also depends on your wheels, on what your rotations are. All right, so we have a 90-degree turn. So you could use any parameters you want. You want it to turn around slowly. And this was at 40, so 40 was slow. And they're using 2 wheels here. Now you could also use 1 wheel. All right, so when you do this, you could use this block because you only really need one wheel to turn. But if you want to do, there's a pivot turn. If you want it to turn on here, then you're going to want to make it go all the way around in a circle here. And so we get rid of that. Well, that's the wrong block too. That's a tank block, move tank. So you can use move tank. Move tank is good too because it allows you to use each wheel at a different power, different speed. You could turn around that way too. So this middle block, there's 3 ways you can turn your robot. You can use large motor 1, you can use move steering, or you can use the move tank. The book uses the move steering blocks for all 3 of these. So I'm going to put in just the information that was here. On degrees, all right? And we had 100, 40, and 42.5. So this was turn around slowly, so you had 40. You could put any number in there. And then they had 42.5. Yours, let's see what that. Oh, 425. Sorry, 425. You can notice it was only a little bit here. So 425 was a complete circle. So that's kind of a goofy number. You would usually have like 360 is totally around 180 should turn around. So you're going to have to test this out and figure out what degrees you put in there for to get it to turn around in just a half circle. You go ahead and do that, and you'll figure that out. You can play with those numbers. Then the last thing we're going to do is this move steering block, and the last move steering block is going to be identical to the first one. So what we have happening here is we have you need to change this number so that it goes 3 feet. Your robot goes 3 feet forward, and then you have to play with these numbers right here specifically to make sure it turns around 180 degrees and then goes right back to where it started, 3 feet to the starting position. So you go ahead and play with those numbers and get your robot to perform the final there and back program. All right, so we have our test. It shows you how to do this, how to test it out to make sure it works correctly. You do it this first the 2 blocks, and make sure that you can get it go 3 feet, and then turn around slowly, and then you just copy your first block that went 3 feet. You just copy and paste it to the end, and then you're done with your there and back. program. And that's what you have to do today. So go ahead and enjoy yourself and get started. And we'll show you what it looks like when it's completed correctly.
Somebody out? Is it about to blow?